Sarah Willis,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support,
that I will support,
protect, and defend
protect, and defend
the Constitution
the Constitution
and government
and government
of the United States
of the United States
and the state of Florida,
and the state of Florida,
that I am duly qualified
that I am duly qualified
to hold office
to hold office
under the Constitution
under the Constitution
of the state,
of the state,
and that I will
and that I will
well
well
and faithfully perform
and faithfully perform
the duties of judge
the duties of judge
of the circuit court
of the circuit court
and mother on which I am now about to enter.
of which I am now about to enter.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations. Okay, and now to help you on with your robe, your husband is going to help you get dressed. Albert Ide, the husband of Sarah. Good job. Come on up here and get some gifts. We're the only time as a city judge that lawyers will line up to give a judge gifts. We don't allow this from today on. Okay. Gregory Hoover, Esquire, the president of the Palm Beach County Bar Association, will do the presentation as a gavel.
Thank you, Chief Judge Marks, members of the Investiture, Judge Willis, I can pronounce that one. Friends and family, on behalf of the Palm Beach County Bar Association, we're honored to give Judge Willis a small token of our appreciation for the service that she's already given, the service she's going to continue to give. Judge Willis, congratulations, so well deserved. Thank you very much.
And on behalf of the South County Bar Association, the president, Andrew Dechter.
Good afternoon. Judge Willis, on behalf of the South Palm Beach County Bar Association, I'd like to extend our congratulations to you and welcome you to the bench. We look forward to your service to the bar and the community at large. And to commemorate this occasion, we have a plaque and clock for you.
And the president of the Palm Beach County Justice Association, Timothy Murphy.
May it please the court, Judge Marks, judiciary, friends, family of Judge Willis. Welcome. Judge Willis, on behalf of the Palm Beach County Justice Association and our 500 strong members, you are the sword and shield of justice in Palm Beach County. Congratulations on this great day. We do have a crystal desk commemorative for you. Wish you the very best.
President of the American Board of Trial Advocates.
May it please the court, judges, distinguished guests, and Judge Willis. I'm Reed Kellner. I'm president of the local chapter of ABOTA, the American Board of Trial Advocates. We promote and protect our 7th constitutional amendment, the right to trial by jury. We also promote professionalism and civility. In this past year, with the help of many of our judges, we had a seminar about once a month, 7:30 to 8:30 in the morning, where we taught young lawyers about trial law, and civility. And we are honored to be here today to present you with another nameplate. And this one has the Honorable Sarah Willis, and on the other side, professionalism and civility, anything less will not be tolerated. Congratulations.
He's making his way up here. On behalf of the Cunningham Bar Association, Jason McIntyre.
Thank you, Your Honor. May it please the court, bench, Judge Willis, on behalf of the F. Malcolm Cunningham Senior Bar Association, it's quite gaudy so I'm not going to take it out of the box. It is a commemorative statue of Blind Lady Justice with a sword in one hand and the scales of justice in the other. And may it be a token of your career in pursuit of justice for those who can't fend for themselves, and may she watch over you through her blindfold for the rest of the year.
We want to see it. And now, remarks on behalf of Judge Willis. The judge's mother, Reese Willis. Ready, Mom?
During the campaign, I would say to everyone, vote for my daughter, Sarah Willis, for circuit court judge. And usually, the person would say, oh, you must be so proud of your daughter. And my answer always was, I am. But I'm also proud of all three of my children and their accomplishments. This is true. But today is Sarah's day. A day she earned with her hard work, her courage to stay focused on the goal regardless of all the negative pressures. A day she earned because of her extensive court experience. 89 jury trials, hundreds of bench trials. A day Sarah earned because of her lifelong commitment and passion for public service. A day she earned because of her deep compassion for people and her commitment that everyone deserves to be heard. When Sarah was in the second grade, her teacher assigned the class to write a book about what they wanted to be when they grew up. Sarah wrote her story, and her older sister, Elise, typed it on a typewriter. 1987. I showed Sarah's daughter, Gabby, the book the other day, and she said, Grandmama, what's a typewriter? Anyway, the title was My Dream, and the subtitle was Lawyers Are Great. Of course, the dream was about her being a lawyer and, quote, getting justice. And so Sarah never lost her dream or her desire to get justice. I love the new Cinderella movie where the mother tells her daughter to be kind, have courage, and believe in a little magic. Well, Sarah is kind, and she definitely does have courage. And people like Mary, Jeff, Nancy and her team, Stephanie, Peter Tickton, Joel Weissman, and many others in this room helped with a little bit of magic. Yes, I am very proud of Sarah. But more than that, I'm grateful I got to be her mother.
The Honorable Dahlia White.
Tenacious, kind-hearted, patient, wicked smart, humble, empathetic. These were my initial observations of the newest lawyer I was supervising in the Special Victims Unit at the State Attorney's Office almost 10 years ago. That lawyer was Sarah Willis. My first impressions of Sarah, of Judge Willis, have not changed one bit. Judge Willis first came into my life in a professional way, through work. She was newly married, new to a specialized unit of prosecution. We tried some grueling cases together. During our time in the SVU, I watched Sarah grow and mature, personally and professionally. I also watched Sarah become a mother for the first time to sweet Gabby. We've been close friends ever since. I appreciate the opportunity to share some things that I know firsthand about Sarah that will make her successful on the bench. Sarah and I share a lot in common, most importantly a passion for our work and for our families. We're very fortunate to have a lot of support from our husbands, our parents, our children. We've had endless conversations about our role models and how we hope to also pave the way and help others attain their goals. We both have strong professional moms and great dads too, of course, who greatly shaped us as women, as mothers, and as professionals. We each have a son and a daughter, and we want our children to understand how important our work is, why we do this work, and why it seems like we may not be there as much sometimes as some of the other moms. It's always a struggle and a work in progress. We often speak of intestinal fortitude, and I think Sarah has a lot more of it than she ever realized. Some of the skills I've observed that are going to help her on the bench. Sarah has an ability to connect to people. I first saw it in the SVU with witnesses, family members, victims, victim advocates, support staff, fellow colleagues, you name it. Sarah's very genuine. It always shines through. Litigants, lawyers, whomever appears in her court is going to see this. Sarah always took the time, no matter what, to explain things to people involved in her cases, and always did so in a patient and non-condescending manner. She was sensitive to the ways that those cases needed to be handled, which could be a real challenge, as these cases were often emotional and complex on various different levels. She was always ready for battle when it was game time, whether that meant arguing a motion, trying a case, or defending her position on maybe a filing decision. Judge Willis will continue to be as prepared as always and very patient. She had the ability to quickly and thoroughly analyze, evaluate, and prepare her cases. She was never afraid to do the right thing, whatever that might be. She always followed and respected the rule of law. Sarah was also always willing to ask for advice when she needed it, and was open and willing to receive constructive criticism. I'm so incredibly proud of you, Sarah. I'm proud to call you one of my friends who has become my family. These qualities that you possess will make you one of the finest jurists that we have in Palm Beach County. You will serve the people with the respect they deserve. Congratulations.
Now, the brother of Judge Willis, Thomas Wendell Willis.
Thank you. I was also back in the Willis household back in 1987. I was a little bit different situation from Sarah. I was a senior in high school back when the mullet was popular, so that will give you an idea. And I frequently found myself sitting at the dinner table arguing politics and current events and all kinds of issues with a very tough second grader wagging her finger across the dinner table at me. It was common knowledge that Sarah was going to be a lawyer. I can't imagine her ever being anything else, to be quite honest with you. As her brother, I'm obviously immensely proud and thrilled for her today and everything that she's accomplished as an attorney and to embark on this new journey on the bench. But I also am grateful for another perspective. I'm also an attorney. I've been practicing in Miami-Dade County primarily for the last 11 years. Doing a lot of litigation and appearing in front of a lot of judges down there. And when you're a lawyer and you're going to court often, the law and the facts aren't always in your client's favor. You're not going to win every hearing. You're not going to have everything go your way. But as a lawyer and as a litigator, the one thing that you do want is a judge who will sincerely try to get it right. A lawyer who will listen to both sides, a judge. It's going to take me a while to call her Your Honor. You have to understand. I'm working on it. I can't say it to please the court. In all seriousness, as a lawyer, you want a judge who's really going to try and peel back the layers of the onion and get the right answer, wherever the law takes them and wherever the facts of the case take them. And I can say, as an attorney and as a member of the Florida Bar, Palm Beach County is extremely, extremely fortunate for the caliber of judge that they are about to get. Because I know in my heart that Sarah is going to do that second effort. She is going to strive to find the right answer, and she is going to be an absolutely fantastic judge. I'm really glad for her, and I'm so proud of you, Sarah. Thank you.
I just want to briefly echo that. I had the great privilege of having Sarah appear before me when she was a prosecutor. Not just occasionally, but she appeared before me all the time, as she did my husband. So you've got all sorts of attorneys that appear before you, but the two of us, and I know anybody who she appeared before, agreed that she was always well prepared and calm and never expressing even non-verbal communication that she didn't like your ruling. It was just always an absolute pleasure to have someone who was patient. Not that anybody ever does that. She was always patient and prepared and wonderful, and I know she's going to bring those skills to the bench as she did as a magistrate. We have all the magistrates here today, and I like to acknowledge all the hard work that they do for the circuit. How long are you a magistrate?
Getting close to 4 years.
4 years as a magistrate, so we are so happy to have her joining the bench as a judge now on the circuit court, and she'll be in family, and I know that her mad skills with patience in particular will serve her well there in the family division. It was evidenced when she'd be running, and I ran into her on occasion. I think it must have been more than 4 years ago that you called me and we went to lunch and you expressed your desire to become a judge, and you just stayed steadfast in making that dream come true. I was talking to one of the other new judges just a couple of days ago about it being a dream come true. And obviously, based on the words of your mother, this is something that you have thought about and dreamed about for a long time. And as we all know, particularly those who ran an election, it doesn't come true for everybody. So I know it's something that you went after hard and that you earned and you deserved, and we are just, on behalf of all the judges in 15th, we're thrilled to have you join us. Now it is your turn for remarks.
I actually put in a soft voice up here. I am so grateful to be surrounded by people that have inspired me, that have encouraged me, and that have believed in me. I cannot say thank you enough. Albert Schweitzer said, "At times our own light goes out and is rekindled by a spark from another person." Each of us has cause to think with deep gratitude of those who have lighted the flame within us. There have been so many lights throughout my life, and I saw them more than ever over the past year. There are people whose names, thank you, I don't know, whose kindness came when I needed it most. A stranger that gave me a hug at a voting site, or told me simply that they were praying for me. I am grateful for every act of kindness and every word of encouragement. There were good friends that became great friends, and great friends that became family. Mary, Jeff, Nancy, and Susan. We will pass this on to Susan. You are so amazing, and I'm lucky to have had you on my team, and now you are all stuck with me. Peter, Jamie, Joel, Denise, Stephanie, my adopted sister and door-to-door knocking companion, Jason, Nelson, Uncle Ralph, Mike, Lauren, Katie, Joe and Aaron, JJ and Diana, and Sierra. There are too many people to name everyone, but I want each and every one of you to know how much your help and your kindness meant. Thank you to the dignitaries that are here and that supported me throughout the communities in Palm Beach County. And there was my family. I am where I am today because I have the wonderful fortune of being born to Ruth and Wendell. My mother is the smartest person I know. The first person in her family to go to college. She finished in 2 years. Yes, I did ask you that for a reason. She was accepted into medical school at the age of 19, and she was one of 4 women in her class. And despite graduating second in the entire class, she was denied a surgical residency because at that time, women weren't surgeons. She balanced a career and her family in a way I could never appreciate until I became a mother. My mother embodies strength, faith, and unconditional love, and is the greatest example a young woman could have. My father is not lacking in the unconditional love either. He is a pro at supporting, appreciating, and encouraging strong women. And he has campaigning skills that I never would have. During early voting, every day, all day, he stood in the heat, in the sun, in the rain to tell people about his daughter. Daddy, your love has been more empowering than you will ever know. And while my father's campaigning skills were surprising, my husband's were shocking. Never would have thought in a million years. But he killed it out there. And he did so because he truly believed in me. Albert didn't once question my decision to take this path, maybe because he knew I would be too stubborn to listen. But he took the lead right with me. Not once did he express doubt in me. He has stood by my side and he has cheered me on. Albert, thank you for making me laugh. Thank you for being there when I need to cry. And I'm so grateful to have you as my partner. Gabby and Aiden, you'll have to tell your brother I did include him. You are the greatest lights of my life. You have brought me so much joy and faith. You have made me stronger, braver, and I love you both with all my heart. My greatest accomplishment is being your mom, and I'm so excited to see what amazing things you both will do. Tommy and Elise, my big brother and sister, thank you for being here, for your love, your support. I love you both so much, and I'm sorry I was always the informant to Mom and Dad. I didn't even know at the time. They took advantage of you. Wanda, I don't see you here. You're back there. You've given me the greatest gift a person can. You've loved my child, and you're part of our family, and I thank you. Thank you to my husband's wonderful family, my family, my mother-in-law Lupe, Lupita, Curtis, Sonny, Ellie, Faith, Maggie, and Noah, another amazing campaigner. Thank you to my J8 Bridget for coming over and taking a chance with me. I'm so glad to be working with you and with Deputy Pavlov, who came back from a week of vacation just to be here for this. We have an incredible team. And to my awesome suite mates, Judge Cheeseman, who makes amazing coffee, and Monique, it is such a pleasure to work with you all every day. Thank you to my mentor judge, Judge Shear, who's been so helpful, supportive, and he was always there if I have a silly question. And thank you to Chief Judge Marks for helping make this transition to the bench absolutely wonderful. I'm so grateful for my experience with the magistrates, and I thank you all. Thank you for that amazing basket. You know how I feel about cheese. And thank you to my fellow judges. It is so strange still to say that. But thank you so much for being so welcoming, so kind. I am beyond honored and humbled to be able to do this job, and I will strive every day to perform it with the respect, humility, strength, and compassion it deserves. I hope that throughout my career, I may serve as a light to others. Thank you.
Thank you all for coming to this beautiful occasion today. The family invites you across the street to the historic courthouse for a reception. We hope you'll be able to join. Thank you very much. We stand adjourned.
You know what?
Like I know. It's good to see you.